Hi, my name is Lynette Clement, and I am reading from the Love Exquisite Magazine, which you can access on loveexquisite.com. And I'm reading from the empowering moment of the month. And the word of the month is focus. I'm focused, man. I'm focused. So the word of the month is focus. So I'm going to apologize now if you hear any background noise because oftentimes you hear motors going by the house. Um, Also, if I stumble over my words, I will try and go back and make it a little clearer. The word of the month is focus. In a busy world in which we live, it is not always easy to focus on the things that we need to focus on. Sometimes people won't understand when you just need to devote time to yourself to focus on your own progression. Too often, we spend so much idle time focusing on other people and we put ourselves last. It is time to focus on you. Not me, you. It is time to focus on you. Focusing on you is not a selfish act, it is self care. No one else will focus on you like you will. Your priorities are important to you. They are not always important to everyone else. Sometimes you have to turn that cell phone off. You got to limit the time that you spend on social media. You have to turn that television off. You have to stay in the house instead of going out all the time. You have to focus on getting done what you need to get done for you. You have to be mindful of how you prioritize. You should be a priority. Especially, you should be a priority, is how I should say that. You should be a priority, especially to yourself. Sometimes when you focus on yourself, you'll get to see how much of a priority you are to other people. Excuse me. People that you used to put before yourself, you'll find that when you make yourself a priority, you'll notice that when you don't call them, you don't hear from them. When you don't visit them, you don't see them. So if everybody else is putting themselves first, when are you going to start putting yourself first? Focus on you. Yes, I'm talking to you. Focus on you. If that means shut this video off and watch it later, do it. Focus on you. Do whatever you need to do to get what you need to get done. Now, people won't always understand why you don't call as often, why you don't always answer your phone, or why you don't visit or hang out like you used to. But that's okay. Focusing on you is the only way that you can get things done in your own life. Focus on what you need to do to focus on what you need to do today. So whether that is starting your own business, if that's your goal, focus on your goal. Nothing comes without sacrifice. So know that sometimes you'll have to, sacrifice some things to be able to focus on you. So focus on growing your business if that's what you need to do. Focus on building business relationships if that's what you need to do. Focus on getting your finances in order if that's what you need to do. Focus on raising your children. Get off of social media and pay attention to your children and how they're doing in homeschooling right now or in school period. So focus on doing what you need to do, whatever that is. If it's writing your first book, focus on that. If it's taking a cooking class so that you can become a better cook, focus on that. If it's focusing on rebuilding the love in your relationship or in your marriage, focus on that. You got to focus on what you need to focus on. So be mindful of what you are devoting too much time and attention to. If it is not adding value to your life, it is subtracting from your life and taking you away from what you really need to focus on to progress. Yes, you can divide your time. However, just find your balance and do not neglect yourself. Do not neglect your goals and your own needs. Focus on you. Focus on getting healthier if that's what you need to do. Focus on getting out of debt if that's what you need to do. Sometimes we have to learn how to say no and be okay with our no. It's okay to say no sometimes. We can't always be there for everybody all the time. If we are, we will have no energy left for ourselves and sometimes resources as well. So there's nothing wrong with helping people when you can. Nothing wrong with helping people when you can. I don't know if it stopped my video. Somebody's calling me, so I don't know if it stopped my video, but I'm not going to start over because I got to the end, so I'm going to keep going. So forgive me, y'all. Sorry. Don't overlook your own needs and effort to help others. For example, if you are, it is still recording. This is live and not Memorex. I'm sorry, y'all. I can y'all can hear my voice already going. I don't want to do it again, all over again. So don't overlook your own needs in effort to help others. But it's always a perfect timing because, like I said, right now I'm focusing on me and what I need to do, and then I keep getting phone calls. So I had to say something about that one because it covered up my screen. But at any rate, if I would have answered it, it would have took me away from what I need to be doing right now because nobody's going to do this for me. So I have to do it for myself. And today is the day. So don't overlook your own needs in effort to help others. For example, if you are in a financial struggle yourself and someone needs your help financially, keep in mind that you cannot pay your own bills if you keep paying somebody else's. So people need to understand that just because you have enough money for yourself doesn't mean you have extra money to take care of their needs as well. And so don't feel threatened when people have the nerve to get mad at you when you say you just can't help them this time. You just don't have it this time, No matter how mad they get, stay focused on your goals. When you do have it to give, then you can give it if that's what you choose to do. But don't take away from your own needs so much that you have to go without and your bills are past due. Your money is allocated to do what you need to do for you, not for what you need to do for someone else with your money. So keep that in mind. And it's okay to say no sometimes. And people out there, that if this you and you have a nerve to get mad when people say no because they don't have extra for you, then shame on you. It is okay to focus on you first. And when you are in a better position to help someone else, then you can choose to help them. Just like when you're on an airplane, they say put your oxygen mask on first before you can help somebody else. It's the same thing. You have to be in a position to be able to help somebody before you do that. Because oftentimes you take away from you and then your bills are past due and you have to struggle to make ends meet because you're helping somebody else meet their ends. Anyway, it doesn't mean that you love them any less. So keep that in mind. It does not mean that you love them any less. It doesn't mean that you don't love them at all when you can't help them all the time. Real family and friends understand that. They know that if it's a struggle for them to take care of themselves, then it has to be a struggle for someone else to take care of themselves and you. So it's something that you just have to understand. So don't take it personal when somebody cannot help you all the time. If you don't, so it's important to focus on you. That's what you have to do. Focus on you or no one else will. So too often we lose focus and we put ourselves in a tough situation when we overlook our own needs. And I'm speaking from experience, and this is why I can say this now. And I've learned to say no and not feel bad about it. So we get off track, but that doesn't mean that we cannot get back on track. If we lose focus, we can refocus. So don't keep letting people or situations take your time, your resources, or your attention away from what you need to focus on. Focus on going back to school if that's what you need to do. Just focus on you. Focus on your progression and how you want to get there. Focus on your goals. Focus on starting that music career if that's what you want to do. Landing that job, that acting job if that's what you want to do. Focus on healing if that is what you need to do. Just focus on you. So, what are you devoting your time, your resources, and your energy to? Sometimes you will have to separate yourself from others for a while to be able to really focus on you. You hear celebrities say this all the time. Sometimes they say, I was in the studio for months on end because I wanted to get this album done. I just had to focus on me, because there will be a lot of distractions that try to pull you away from what you need to do, and intentionally and not intentionally all the time. But just keep in mind, you are in control of what you pay attention to. So it that matters. So that's why this word of the month is focus. So again, sometimes you just have to cut that phone off, that cut off whatever the distraction is, so that you can focus on you. And for a whole lot of us, again, the focusing part is a sacrifice, when it really shouldn't be a sacrifice, but it is, because our attention and resources are divided in multiple ways. So sometimes focusing on you might seem selfish to others because you're not focused on them. But how selfish is that? It's never too late to start focusing on you. Somebody has to do it. So I nominate you to focus on you. So be empowered to focus. The word of the month for March 2021 is focus. I'm focused, man. Thank you for listening.